Marvel is a game plagued by top tiers. Characters like Zero, Morgan, Doom, Virgil, and Phoenix reign supreme, and for good reason. But certain players have mastered the lower tier characters to a point where they can take sets off the best. Players like Punisher, who's made Rocket Raccoon and MODOK look incredible, and Weaverman, who uses Iron Fist, a bottom character in the game, to a level people thought was impossible. Today we look at Japanese legend Abegen, who plays the ridiculously random looking team of Tron, Thor, and She-Hulk, and DapVip, who uses Dante, X-23, and Iron Man to great effect. They are facing off in an exhibition filled with crazy combos and unique mix-ups. This is one of the rarest and most fun matchups that we get to see in Marvel. Unlike Street Fighter, Marvel is dominated by American players. While other countries are extremely good at the game, for example KBR from Chile, most of the top players are American. There are actually very few Japanese players, but the ones that do play have an extreme dedication to the game. Abegen is one of those players, and has traveled multiple times to America and has done pretty well for themselves, always being a crowd favorite for his incredibly unique setups. DapVip is an incredibly creative player, being able to utilize the extremely difficult to control characters to his advantage. He also has some very tricky setups that are difficult to block, and some are actually unblockable. We will break down each team in detail, as most players don't even know what these teams can do. Starting with Abegen. Tron is a big character that has a lot of health and huge hitboxes on her normals. This can make it very scary to approach, and you have to play very carefully around her. She hits incredibly hard and has ways to combo into her super multiple times. Abegen takes this a step further by using Tron's super and will delay hyper combo into Thor's command grab, allowing him enough time to recover as the opponent is still getting hit. He can then freely combo his opponent with Thor. Thor is the character that has the most health in the game. This means opponents have a hard time killing him off of a random hit, unlike the rest of the cast. He has a command grab and a unique movement mechanic where he can dash in directions with a special move, Mighty Strike. This can make it difficult for an opponent to hit him due to the armor he gains during the move and the fact that the moves can also destroy projectiles. He's another character that does a ton of damage and has ways to combo into his super multiple times. She-Hulk is arguably Abegen's most well-known character due to his insane X-Factor 3 comebacks. She has a unique stance mechanic, allowing her to do multiple moves off of her run, which if covered by an assist can make your opponent have to guess. She can also cancel her normal moves into run, allowing her to have extremely powerful pressure. She also has a very strong level 3 super, which is a command grab with invincibility that allows her to punish gaps in opponent's pressure. If her command grab whiffs, a giant car still appears on the screen and has a hitbox, sometimes stuffing opponents. DapVip's team is built a little bit differently. Dante is a very strong point character, plays a bit differently than how you see him played in other teams. Because DapVip's team is built around Dante, you can utilize Dante's normal and quick teleports to greater effect. With Iron Man's beam assist, you can air dash with Dante's great medium attack or his heavy attack to apply pressure, or teleport behind them, putting them in a 50-50 mix-up. He also has a mechanic called bolt canceling, allowing him to cancel many of his attacks into a jump. If he inputs a special move during the initial jump animation of a bolt cancel, the special move will come out, opening up crazy combo options. X-23 is a very fast character, much like Wolverine, that can be difficult to block under the right circumstances. DapVip's X-23 is especially scary, with lots of super meter and an assist behind her. You can utilize her jumps and dashes to go high, low, or behind the opponent. DapVip mainly uses X-23 for two reasons: as a low-hitting OTG assist to continue combos, or to utilize her level 3 to close games out. Her level 3 first makes her invisible, making it very difficult for opponents to keep track of you. It then allows you to land a grab that does an insane amount of damage. When combined on an opponent's incoming with a long-hitting assist, it becomes a guaranteed grab, resulting in a dead character most of the time. This works because of another mechanic in Marvel. While your character is first incoming into a match, they're actually immune to grabs specifically. As soon as they block or press a button, they can be grabbed. By utilizing an assist to force them to block, X-23 can then land her level 3 grab before they can hit the ground. DapVip is known for his legendary Iron Man. He's pushed his character beyond the limits of what people thought possible, and he utilizes his character much like other people use Dr. Doom. He's one of the best beam assists in the game, even stronger than Dr. Doom's, and also has a TAC infinite. While also fast and having an 8-way air dash, Iron Man suffers from a critical flaw holding him back from true top tier. When other characters in the game air dash, they start at max speed and then slow down. They can also cancel their dash with a normal. Iron Man, however, is the opposite. He starts off slow and then gains speed, and he also cannot cancel his dashes with a normal. This makes it so DapVip has to be very specific about how he dashes, and it's much harder to catch an opponent off guard. The low tier hero is loaded in the match, and Abegen immediately puts space between him and DapVip. He wants to make it as difficult for Dante to get in as possible. After surviving the initial engagement, Abegen goes on the offensive, but gets grabbed for his troubles. Dante struggles with grab conversions in general, and Abegen falls out. He attempts to put more pressure on DapVip, but is read, and DapVip is able to punish Thor and Tron. He immediately uses all of his resources, and it can be very difficult for She-Hulk to make a comeback against a full team. Dante does a solo mix-up, so there's less chance for a comeback to happen. He's able to catch She-Hulk and up TACs twice to switch into Iron Man.
Yo, Dante, man, that's my dude. Oh my goodness. Yo, Tony Stark.
Let's go,
Tony
Tony.
Stark.
Hey, Tony.
Tony Stark.
Hey, I like the things you do.
Hey,
Let's fucking go.
If I could, I would drunk like
I didn't even know about this Infinite. This looks like nonsense.
Yo,
oh,
is this Marvel 2 though?
Yo,
Yo, you want to learn how to do a fucking Infinite?
He then lands the Iron Man TAC Infinite, finishing off Abegen with no worries. Game 2 starts out with some neutral game, but Abegen is able to land one of Tron's amazing buttons to start a combo. DapVip is able to escape and air grab after Abegen drops the combo, letting a full conversion and killing Tron.
Okay.
He then attempts to use X-23's speed to confuse Abegen, but he blocks it. Wanting to continue the pressure, DapVip X-Factors and goes for another mix-up. Sadly, he misspaces his normal, and Thor punishes with a huge launcher. Thor has insane damage here, getting 2 supers by himself to kill X-23 and set up the incoming mix-up.
I like Thor movies too.
He Mighty Strikes up, dashes away, and Mighty Strikes back in. DapVip keeps his cool, and both characters scramble back to neutral. Neither character wants to give up an inch and continue to fly around looking for stray hits until Thor eventually gets whittled down, leaving just She-Hulk. DapVip shows the same mix-up from before, but decides to layer it with Iron Man assist, clipping She-Hulk. Abegen then does an amazing bait. He starts the run animation, which DapVip immediately falls for and tries to punish, and then goes into the invincible level 3 super, deleting Dante. DapVip now has to survive for 16 seconds or land a clean hit due to the X-Factor from She-Hulk. He actually lands a hit, but drops the combo, letting She-Hulk live. Abegen runs and does clothesline, an armored move that wall bounces, catching Iron Man trying to press a button.
Oh, nice. 1-1.
At the start of Game 3, we get to see the true power of this team. Abegen lands a stray rock and converts using Thor's beam assist. He then gets to super with Tron. He HG into Thor and do an insane amount of damage as the Surbots rush in. What makes this incredibly strong is the initial hitbox of Mighty Spark deals unscaled damage. Normally as combos go on, the hits do less and less damage, but certain moves bypass this and always deal full damage. Abegen keeps up the pressure and catches X-23, doing another long Tron combo. Iron Man comes in and blocks the Tron mix-up, popping X-Factor and putting the game in his hands. DapVip attempts to land a clean hit on Abegen, but the Japanese player has no fear and chases him down, landing a throw and confirming into death.
Hey, look at Batman.
DuckTales. Oh my goodness. Get bodied.
Game 5 starts with Abegen converting yet another normal into a touch of death on Dante. DapVip has struggled all set to try and be able to get in on him. That's all going to change right now though. He baits out Tron this time and lets her fall into the beam assist, converting into a combo.
Oh, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad.
Yes,
You know what we're about to do?
yes.
He X-Factors to confirm the kill and now has 3 meters. He pops level 3 and turns invisible. Abegen tries to escape, but DapVip waits patiently for him on the ground, grabbing him as soon as he lands. With X-Factor 2, he's able to get a kill on Thor and set up against She-Hulk. Knowing Abegen wants his own level 3, he hops away. Sadly, it's straight into oncoming traffic, and She-Hulk confirms into a kill. This is now terrifying for DapVip. With run cancels and X-Factor, She-Hulk is moving at lightning speed. Abegen attempts to wall jump in, but DapVip cleanly reacts with an anti-air into super, burning valuable X-Factor time. She-Hulk gets caught again, but survives. In the scramble, She-Hulk hits an amazing conversion, but doesn't have enough to finish Iron Man off. DapVip then catches the recovering She-Hulk, taking the match. DapVip starts off the next match, catching both Tron and Thor, but can't convert into a combo. He tries to continue the pressure, but Tron drills her way in, eating up both Dante and Iron Man. He's able to land 3 Tron supers to save his X-Factor and kill both characters. This is bad news for X-23, as it's going to be difficult to survive 3 characters and X-Factor. He starts off strong, opening up Tron and killing her. She sets up her dirt nap once again, immediately catching Thor and killing him.
Body all day. You're not escaping, sir.
Sadly, he is one hit away from getting level 3 again, so Abegen gets an attempt to play. But DapVip is ready for it and grabs Abegen immediately. X Factor is running out though, forcing him to go for a reset.
Her moody ass.
Clink, clink.
She-Hulk throws her whole weight into the next hit, catching X23 and ending the round. This is do or die for DapVip. He starts off safely, putting projectiles on screen and keeping Abegen away, but it's only a matter of time before the robot comes in swinging. Luckily, the combo drops and DapVip gets another chance on life. Abegen shows no fear and continues advancing until DapVip decides it's his turn to go on the offensive, calling Iron Man Beam and teleporting to the other side, but sadly he misses his combo, getting grabbed for his troubles. With Tron's insane damage, she actually gets the kill and attempts a mix-up on X23. DapVip blocks it and escapes, actually catching Abegen as he attempts another mix-up. X23 goes for a reset, but Abegen is ready. DapVip shows his mastery of X23 when Tron drills in. He wall jumps, does his down heavy in the air to stop his momentum, and does the talent attack to get a full punish on Tron.
Really started.
He really knows how to use Laura's command dash really well.
Man.
He does a sneaky command dash mix-up on the incoming Thor, resets, and opens Thor up again. He immediately pops X Factor, kills Thor, and sets up Dirt Nap. This should be a free game at this point for DapVip, but Abegen lays it all on the line and X Factors immediately and presses a button. He's able to keep the pressure on the invisible X23 and does one of the wildest reads of all time. He runs forward and does She-Hulk's air throw super. Somehow, he catches the invisible X23, killing her. He then tries to be sneaky and put Iron Man and blockstun into the She-Hulk level 3. He mistimes it and DapVip stays airborne, but he's able to quickly convert and air grab DapVip. He finishes the combo, taking the set. It's not often we get to see the true low tier heroes battling it out, and it always leads to interesting games. Marvel's come a long way since 2012, but the fact remains, low tier is always fun to watch. If you want to see why I think Marvel is so fun, go ahead and click here. If you enjoy low tier heroes, leave a like and let me know what other characters you want to see down below. Until next time.